You're tuned in to the TRB Morning Drive, where we kickstart your day with a dose of freedom, firearms, and just the right amount of fun. Now grab your favorite liquid caffeine fix and buckle up. It's time to get this show on the road. Here's your host, Jason Schaller.
Good morning, Rogue Nation. It's Thursday, September 19th, and apparently it's Rice Krispie Treat Day. Yes, today we honor the great American tradition of mixing sugar, marshmallows, and puffed air into a square and pretending that it counts as food. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Rice Krispie Treats. They're great. I like to say a Rice Krispie Treat is exactly how I snagged my wife. Yeah, true story here. I used to work in a call center. I used to go down to the cafeteria and I used to buy those these big Rice Krispie Treats. And it would sit on my desk there. That's what I would snack on during the day. And my wife, who I wasn't even dating back then, she came walking by, saw that thing, reached down, grabbed a chunk of it, and kept on walking. I'm like, hey, it's my Rice Krispie Treat. Think about it. Rice Krispie Treats are basically sugar glue holding together a bunch of nothing. It's light, it's sweet, crunches in your mouth. Well, not really crunches as much as it's kind of gooey. But 10 minutes later, the hunger's still there. Let's face it, it's comfort food. I was in a job I absolutely hated. It sucked. That job absolutely sucked. We'd walk in the morning. There's people getting their last puffs of their cigarettes, crying at the door. How bad that place sucked. Look, does this sound familiar? Because it should. Because this is exactly how society sells us. It's our modern treats. It's the instant gratification. That is that comfort food. That Rice Krispie Treat was comfort food. It's empty promises. It was empty calories. And they're hollow victories. Welcome to the Morning Drive, where we question everything and reclaim our independence. Today, we are obviously talking about Rice Krispie Treats, the edible metaphor for everything sticky, sweet, and ultimately hollow in your life. Yeah, like I said, it's how I snagged my wife. I was in a low point in my life. My father had passed away. Life was just weird for me at the time. It was bad. I was in a job that wasn't a great job to begin with, and then something hit me even worse. But, I like to say, out of that crappy job, I got the most important asset of my life out of it. I got my wife. We went on a date after both of us had quit. Both of us had quit about the same time. We went out on a date afterwards. We started dating, and 26 and a half years later, we're still married. So yes, even good things can come out of Rice Krispie Treats. So let's roast this for a little bit, because what's funny? It's fun to roast things. Rice Krispie Treats, they're the definition of fake value. Imagine walking into a room with your grandma's apple pie on one side, and a shrink-wrapped square of sugar styrofoam in the other. Who even chooses to do that? But let's look at this. That's our culture. It's built on Rice Krispie treats. We buy quick hits of dopamine. Scrolling social media. Streaming endless shows. Fast food. Payday loans. Credit cards. They all taste good for about 3 seconds, And then the sugar crash hits. And then, well, it dies. And what are we left with? Nothing. Lost time, empty calories, lost independence. And somehow we celebrate this. We pat ourselves on the back for eating fake food, chasing fake likes, and living fake freedom. Tuesday I was talking about Instagram where we were like, hey, this is my life. Look at how great it is. It's fake. Fake freedom. Rice Krispie Treat Day isn't just a goofy holiday. It's a mirror. It's Americans saying, look how easy you bought them. Because we bought them with sugar and air. So here's the thing. The real trap isn't the treat itself. It's that mindset that life is about quick fixes. How many times have we heard quick fix, quick fix, quick fix? I've got a pill that's going to make you lose a lot of weight. And trust me, I'm still losing weight. Never took that pill. It's about putting in the hard work. And this is what we're trained to think. Feels good right now. Must be good for me. Trust me, I'm living proof of that. If it's easy, it's worth it. If it's popular, it must have value. That's Rice Krispie logic. Sweet on the surface, hollow underneath. And it's the same logic that sells. Debt is opportunity. Processed food is convenience. Subscriptions are freedom of choice. Social media is validation as community. But here's the hard truth. You can't build life on sugar glue. It collapses. Real strength, financial, physical, mental, they all take substance. Muscle, fiber, something that sticks to your ribs. And I don't mean the food blister. Rice Krispie Treats don't stick. Neither do most of the solutions that are shoved our way. They just suck. So here's the pivot. We're going to stop chasing the sugar highs. That's right. What is the instant fix that you're going after? Because that sweetness fades. We really don't want that sugar high anymore. Got to get off of it. We got to get off that instant gratification. Look, if it feels good now, it must be good for me. No, it's not. It absolutely is not, and it's something you don't want. That debt is opportunity. That's a sweetness high. Hey, for only 30 convenient payments, we'll give it to you. No, it's not. Absolutely is not. You don't want it. The convenience. It's bad. It really is bad. Stay away from it. Start living a little inconvenient. You know, it's funny to think about convenience because people still go through this stuff. It's funny where people talk about, they're preppers. So if you ever hear preppers talk, they talk about, working on this stuff, like doing a fake, prep weekend to test to see if they actually are prepared. They pulled the power plug on their house, or not the power plug, they throw the main breaker. This is why they do it. They learn in a safe manner. I'm not saying go out and become a prepper. I'm just saying people do this. Police train. So does the military. Reason why. We need to start training to get off that sugar. We need to get off that sugar rush. That's the real trap. It's the treat. It's the mindset that life is about quick fixes. Get off of it. Stop chasing the sugar highs. Start building meals that last. Look, I'm not going to say that I don't eat no processed food. I do. I just don't eat that much of it. Start building meals. Start building skills. Let's say you got to become a master chef at this stuff. Just start with something simple. It means swapping out that instant gratification for long-term independence. Something big that I talk about a lot, not so much to the audience, but we talked about this on Tuesday's show, is debt. Start ditching debt. Debt is sugar. Trust me, I know. That consumer debt is absolute sugar. It's about that quick fix. I want it and I want it now. We stop doing we want it now. No more quick swipes. No more shiny new toys. Unless we plan for them. Now, I'm not saying don't have stuff. Have stuff that matters. Honestly, we bought a new shiny toy last week. Don't get me wrong, it was expensive. But we bought it not for having a shiny toy. We bought it for what it could give us. We thought about it, and trust me, not together, but we thought about this for a couple of years. Like, I've had it in my mind, she had it in her mind. Eventually it just came out, and both of us were on the same page. We bought it. No, we did not put ourselves in debt on it. We had the cash for it. We may have paid for it with a credit card because it had to ship in on a pallet. You couldn't just go down to Costco to buy it. Actually, you could go down to Costco and buy something like it, but it had bad reviews, and it wasn't big enough to deal with what we needed to do. So we did our research. See, we took that instant dopamine fix of, we're both on the same page on this. Let's go do it. And then we stopped. We thought about it. We researched it. We had the cash, bought it on a credit card, paid the credit card off, got points doing it. That will go to something else that we buy. We treat our credit card like an American Express card, paid off every month. So this new shiny toy is going to be paid off in a couple weeks, but we're not going to pay any debt on it. But over time, look, we got to build those muscles. Savings, breathing room. Look, that is steak and potatoes type of stuff, not puffed rice held together with sugar glue. Sweetness fades, but substance lasts. Quick wins fade, but your skills compound. Comfort traps, they fade, but independence endures. Every choice you make, ask this. Is it a Rice Krispie treat or is it fuel? That's how you start breaking free. It's exactly what we did with this large purchase. When I say large purchase, we're talking about a couple $1,000s. Actually, it's beyond a couple. It's three, so a few $1,000s. That was a tough purchase. In our mind about, we reset our mindset paying off our debt. We broke free of that trap. Every time that trap could sneak up, we get nervous. We do get nervous. We don't like spending that type of money because we learned how to break free of it. But we realized that what we're buying was not a Rice Krispie treat. Like I said, this is something that helps us long term. This was an investment and a worthwhile one. It's actually running in the other room right now. It's been running for a week solid. So consider this your mission brief. You don't need another sugar high. What you need is tools to stick. Now here, we use Gideon Optics for a lot of stuff. Great guys, got a good product with great features. Head over to trb.fyi/go for Gideon Optics and use the checkout code TRB10 to save a little bit of money. Look, we use Boom Lube here. That's right. Good. It's Aegis Gun Care. We use it for a lot of stuff, not just the guns. Head over to trb.fyi/boomlube. Pick up some Aegis Gun Care stuff because this works for cars. I told you on Tuesday, I fixed a deadbolt with it, cleaned it up. We even use it on our wood-burning stove to clean up the carbon on the glass. Use the checkout code BOOMLOOP, save yourself 10%. And if you're shopping on Amazon, look, you can support us for free by heading over to trb.fyi/AZ before you go to Amazon. A small portion of your purchase will come back to the channel so we can continue to bring you products like this, videos, podcasts, stuff like that. It costs money to run this channel. We'd really appreciate a little bit of help. If you got some extra money, head over to trb.fyi/boombucks, chip in a little bit. These aren't Rice Krispie treats. These are the steak and potatoes I was talking about. They're tools. Pick them up, use them, reclaim your independence, keep your mindset. All right, let's get tactical about this. How do you spot a Rice Krispie treat in your life? We talked about rocks on Tuesday. Rocks are pretty easy to look at once you're looking at them, right? That bad relationship, yeah, drop it. That debt, drop it. But today we're talking about the sweet stuff, right? So Rice Krispie treats are just another form of a rock. This one is just, well, a little lighter, a little sweeter. Send you to the grave a lot faster too. So here it is. The sweet, sticky, hollow test. Does it give me an instant rush? There's the sweetness. The sticky, does it trap me in either debt, time, addiction? I know when we see addiction means different things to different people here, right? When we see addiction, we think alcoholism, drugs, right? But isn't a dopamine fix an addiction? Now, don't get me wrong. Not all dopamine fixes are bad addictions. Dopamine fix, you could have a dopamine fix from working out, and you're really good at working out. I'm not. Working out doesn't really give me a dopamine addiction. It's just something I need to do to get rid of, well, the rock that I carry around my middle, that the Rice Krispie Treats help put there. So be careful of the sticky, right? So now we have the sweet, we got the sticky, the hollow. Does it leave me weaker afterwards? There's your sweet, sticky, and hollow test. If your answer is yes to all three, that's Rice Krispie logic right there in action. Sweet, sticky, hollow. Just not a good mix for you. Payday loans, sweet cash, sticky interest, hollow wallet. Yeah, not even just payday loans. Credit cards are the exact same way. Social media, dopamine. Likes, well, they're sweet. The scroll is the sticky. And hollow is the attention span. Now, don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, I doom scroll. I do. Happens. But do it in moderation if you're going to do it. Fast food dinners. You got the sweet taste, the sticky habits, and the hollow energy. It's not something that really fuels you. And don't get me wrong, I am not at that point where I can look at food and see it as fuel. I still have my little vice of sweet, sticky, and hollow. It's my dessert every night. But I allow myself for that because I've worked for it. I don't let it overrun my life anymore. So if you got something that's sweet, sticky, and hollow, chances are that's your trap. So the fix to your trap is swap the sugar for substance. Replace empty habits with the ones that feed your freedom. Sorry, I know everybody on video is like, man, you're rubbing your eye. Yeah, sorry, I'm tired this morning. So here's your challenge for the Rice Krispie treat. I know that we already got you on another challenge for the rocks, but this one kind of feeds that challenge as well. If you're having a hard time with the rock one, the Rice Krispie treat challenge just might help you with the rock challenge. Identify a Rice Krispie treat in your life, because I bet you it's a rock too. It's something sweet, something sticky, and something hollow. Now, rock, we drop them, right? But not every Rice Krispie treat might be a rock. It might be something we like. So this time for a Rice Krispie treat, cut it out for 7 days. And look, the rock is something that weighs us down. Now, our food can weigh us down. So we don't want to drop food, because then we stop converting oxygen to carbon dioxide. But maybe drop a type of food or drop something for 7 days and see what it does for you. Trust me, I like to say I was one Snicker bar away from metabolic collapse. I was feeling crappy. And I dropped a lot of Rice Krispie treats. Now, obviously, the Rice Krispie treat is a metaphor here because I haven't had a Rice Krispie treat in God knows how long, but you get the idea. And food, I dropped a lot of stuff that just didn't mean anything for me. I started losing weight, started working out, taking my workout seriously. And when I saw my primary and we redid the blood test, you know what I got back? Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Drop something for 7 days, start feeling better. Drop something else, start feeling better. So that's your base mode. Drop something for 7 days and see what happens. But you got to take it seriously, right? Don't half-ass this. Now, your beast mode on this thing is, after you drop it, replace it with something of substance. Instead of, doom scrolling TikTok, read a book. I've got a book that I'm reading now. And it's funny because it's listed as a self-help book, but I'm not reading it for a self-help book. It's about the story of this person's life that I'm more interested in. Read a book. And trust me, I don't like to read. I hate reading. I'd much rather watch a TV. You see, that's the dopamine fix going all the way back to my childhood. It's been ingrained in me. I'm trying to break out of this. Instead of DoorDash, cook your own meal. It's amazing what you learn is in your food when you start making it yourself. When we started preserving our garden, when we started growing our garden, preserving things, we started realizing we're putting in, right? And that's why we grow our own food here. And we can't grow everything, but we're very aware of the inputs into our food. When you start making your own meals, you start realizing what's in your food. And instead of financing a toy, save the money, right? Pay cash if it's something you need. Want versus need. Got to balance those two out. If it's something you need, pay cash. And if you have to really go through your mind and you start justifying that need, chances are it's a want. Then, of course, like every beast mode, report back. Share what you dropped and what you replaced it with. Because every time you drop a Rice Krispie treat, you do replace it with something. Same thing with that rock. Called independence. And let's build independence that sticks. So here's your takeaway. Rice Krispie treats are fine every once in a while. But if you build your life on them, you'll collapse. And trust me, I was pretty damn close to that myself. Society is full of Rice Krispie treats. They're full of quick fixes and hollow promises. And they use sweet distractions to hook you. Reject the sugar highs. Build substance. Reclaim independence. Live free. Train smart. Question everything. Train, build, reclaim. You're not alone. You're part of the Rogue Nation.